Greetings, everyone. It's Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last one, we looked at the spells in the World of Warcraft role-playing setting, the More Magic and Mayhem spell list, updated from the previous Magic and Mayhem one. We've also been reading Cycle of Hatred, and now we're going to look at some Chronicles. This is most likely the last official Chronicles. I might push on depending on patches and stuff like that, taking us up to the end of the first patch. So we might have one or two more in Chronicles before we officially start, but this one seems promising. So stay a while and listen to Champions Arise, and we'll talk about it a pinch at the end. The troubles of the world were multiplying at a rapid pace. The armistice between the Alliance and the Horde was tenuous at best. Major battles gradually erupted in strategic locations like Alterac Valley, Warsong Gulch, and Arathi Basin, bringing the two factions closer to all-out war. Now that happens over the course of the patches in Classic. Those battlegrounds open up. So already we could start Classic based on this. Of greater concern were threats from outside the Horde and the Alliance. In Mulgore, the Tauren dealt with encroaching bands of primitive creatures called Quilboar. In Elwyn Forest, human villages were besieged by kobold thieves and diseased wildlife. In Durotar, centaur warbands plotted to take over the outlying orcish lands. The crises seemed endless. On every continent, in every nation, in every region, chaos was spreading, threatening to become catastrophe. What the Horde and the Alliance did not realize was that this explosion of disorder was partially the work of the old gods. The entities were subtly fanning the flames of conflict to weaken the world's nations. If left unchecked, those small sparks would have spread to ignite a roaring wildfire of destruction, but they never had a chance to spread. It was not the legendary heroes of past wars who rose up to fight for their world. It was the ordinary citizens of Azeroth who intervened. They began their journeys for different reasons. Some fought for adventure or for the noble cause of justice. Some fought for vengeance and to join the war against a hated faction. Some even fought for money and looked for ways to profit from the conflicts. Still others fought for glory, so that their names would be remembered by the entire world. And some traveled alone, while others formed mighty guilds that worked together to fight against the darkness. As the years passed, these extraordinary champions would be called upon to do the impossible. Without them, Azeroth would surely have succumbed to evil. And that is us and where we come into the World of Warcraft. For the first time, we are the official heroes, and I love it. That gets me excited and ready to play World of Warcraft Classic. Like I said, we do have some other... I want to finish Cycle of Hatred first. We have a couple other little manga stories to read. Just some things to tie it up, but we are very close, and I think Conflicts has primed us right there. Chronicles. I'm going to look at what the Chronicles, where it goes next, as it describes what is basically the dungeons and raids of Blackrock Mountain and the Molten Core. I'm going to look and see how early in the patch is, because if that's not in the first patch, we might just hold off on that and not do that until it's a little bit closer to. All right, I want to thank everybody so much for watching and for listening. I hope you are as excited as I am to get playing the classic games from the beginning as well. Thank you. See you next time on Lore of Warcraft. This one in the pipe 5x5.